Good morning. It is your Pratt Pack. Going to be another busy day that we will eventually end up at Kdka Radio tonight. But before I leave the home studio, I wanted to follow up on something I posted just moments ago. The flyer talking about the Pittsburgh Veterans Day Parade. I've been talking to my dear friend Carmela Mullen, who does so much for this region and especially our veterans, that I wanted to take a little extra time to give her some extra love and to everyone that is involved with that Veterans Day Parade. This year, they're going to do something really special. They're going to salute the Vietnam veteran. And for those of you who have been listening to me for years, I always make this a special part of my annual broadcast throughout the calendar year. And this year will be no exception. I will be on the air that night, and we're already putting together a lineup that is definitely worth tuning in for after the parade, after a long day, to really settle in and talk about the significance of what veterans mean to this region and what they have done and what that flag means. But I've got a very special place in my heart for the Vietnam vets out there because it was the timeline. It was the soundtrack of my life. Every night with my father, part of the greatest generation, relaxing on the couch after a long day at work, reading the local paper, and watching the CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite and names like Dan Rather, who were actually in Vietnam covering that war as it was coming into our living room. And not only was it coming in with the sights and sounds of CBS, the television network, but it was also the sights and sounds of our neighborhood in which brave young men were coming home in flag-draped coffins. And I remember it like it was yesterday. You know, I was at the grocery store the other day, and I saw in the distance a childhood friend. I didn't get a chance to get over and say hi to him, but he knows how much I love him and his family. But his family lost someone during that war, a young man who I kind of looked up to and had a few conversations at a very special time in my life, adolescence, wondering if I would be around when that war was raging on, and as the years ticked away, would I eventually end up fighting in that war. But I remember one of the last times that I saw this young man, 19 years of age. He was walking up these steps to get to the driveway of my friend's house, who was a relative, to drive away to get ready to go overseas. And we just had a little brief conversation. And as he was on the top step, I was on the bottom step looking up. And I said, "I'll see you when you come home." He goes, "Yeah, it won't be long." Well, he never came home. And that was just one of a few that we lost in our neighborhood. And it's always had a profound effect on me. So whenever I get a chance to promote an event like this, the Veterans Day Parade, November the 8th, the fourth largest in the country, and how they're going to do something special for Vietnam veterans, there is no way that I'm not going to take the opportunity to help my friend Carmela, but more importantly, to salute veterans everywhere. So I hope you'll go to the parade. If you have some time, do what we used to do as children, and I still try to do from time to time, visit a cemetery on Veterans Day, if not before, and take a moment to look at those flag-draped coffins and those who have served in the military that we read about, hear about all the time. But more importantly, when you're at a cemetery and you see that marker or a flag marking that that is a grave of a veteran, stand and, well, salute, silent prayer, reflect, because these are the men and women throughout the annals of time that have given us the opportunity to be a part of the most powerful free nation in the world. And I believe we have a person in the White House who is traveling the globe as we speak, trying to make it happen, not just world peace, the global economy, and bring people together, but also seek peace through strength. And he also, like me, will never ever forget those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you later today, reminding all of you, November the 8th, the Veterans Day Parade in Pittsburgh. It is the fourth largest, truly one of the best. Thank you to all the organizers, my dear friend Carmela, for keeping me in the loop. And this year, a special salute to the incredible legacy of the Vietnam veteran. It's your Pratt Pack. Enjoy the rest of your day. From the home studio in Monaco.